China has announced a modest target for economic growth this year at around 5% at the annual National People's Congress. Our Moon Hye-Ryeon has an analysis on what it means for South Korea's exports.
China's President Xi Jinping and top officials of the Chinese Communist Party walking into the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. The annual National People's Congress kicked off on Sunday, where officials have been approving key policies and will soon be approving President Xi's unprecedented third term in office. In the days to come, they're going to announce a new cabinet lineup, including a new premier, a new vice premier, and a new head of the People's Bank of China. In his final work report, outgoing Premier Li Keqiang stressed the need for economic recovery, expanding consumption, and creating jobs, while setting a modest growth projection for this year.
The main projected targets for development this year are as follows: GDP growth of around 5%, around 12 million new urban jobs, a surveyed urban unemployment rate of around 5.5%.
The growth target marks the lowest figure set by China since 1991, when the goal was 4.5%. This comes after the country's growth fell to 3% in 2022, against a projection of 5.5%. Analysts attribute the low growth estimate this year to low expectations for the global markets and to weak export growth. As a result, impacts on exports will be felt in countries around the world, including South Korea, as it exports intermediate parts to China, which is re-exported.
They will have less demand for Korean intermediate products, and that will make itself felt in Korea's total exports, especially intermediate goods like semiconductors.
The parliament session runs parallel to the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, which together make up the country's biggest annual political event, dubbed the Two Sessions. They usually last 1 or 2 weeks. The biggest item on the agenda is set for Friday. The Congress will vote on President Xi's third term, with all eyes on whether he can secure unanimous consent. The next day, Li Keqiang, the second most powerful person in the party and a close ally of Xi, is due to be confirmed as China's new premier. Moon Hye-Ryeon, Arirang News.